I'm Rob the Accountant. I like to help people build companies while finding solutions to problems that may come your way. Have a question? Hop over to robtheaccountant.com, scroll halfway down, and drop me an email. What I'd like to talk about today, it is time for President Joe Biden and Representative AOC to just cut it out. Stop lying. Just stop lying. Joe Biden, you come out. You are the President of the United States. Your job is to enforce decisions, good, bad, or indifferent. You might not agree with them, just like Obama didn't agree with some of the decisions, but a 6-3 decision in favor of Trump isn't really in favor of Trump. It's for the office of the presidency. We can't have every guy coming in from the last guy and going and criminal. We just can't do this here. So when you come out and you say that a 6-3 and what are you advocating for? Because it seems like every time Joe Biden gets an opportunity to follow the law, he chooses not to follow the law. We heard the 25th Amendment all day long when it was Trump. All his cabinet should rebel against him. They should question his mental fitness. And here we have a president that clearly has mental fitness, and nobody in the cabinet seems to want to challenge it at all. But what my problem is AOC lives in New York City. She is a representative of our state, and we believe in law and order generally for the state, right? And so when you say that the Supreme Court is the decision's wrong and you're going to go and change a decision, well, you are actually going against our system. You two, President Joe Biden and AOC, you two are the anti-democratic ones. You two are the ones that are acting more like Putin and more like China, right? You two, because here we have a decision. First of all, the decision to try to charge a former president was just completely rushed in itself, just completely ludicrous. No American wants to see this. Nobody who lives here, who travels abroad, wants our government compared to governments to Russia and China. There's not even a comparison. So the whole idea of everybody rushing to try to charge Trump for some words, I will remind everybody that when Obama was trying to get the affordable health care through the Congress, and we have both sides of good people on both sides of the congressional at Congress trying to sway the vote on Obamacare, I remember quite clearly that it was Obama and a lot of people on the left who were going out and calling people killers because they wouldn't approve for drugs, and killers because they wouldn't approve for health care, and this Affordable Care Act, which, by the way, Affordable Care Act, there's nothing affordable about it, right? What it did is it expanded the ability for people to get insurance who rarely had pre-existing conditions. I'm for that. But in terms of everything else, the ACA has done nothing to help anybody who had health insurance. It's done nothing to bring the cost down of health insurance. And so it continues to be that we have a health insurance market mired by 50 different states that want to do what's best for the insurance companies. And that's the way the system is set up. But today, you hear President Joe Biden and AOC chastising the Supreme Court. They're literally saying that they are going to move laws, which they're not going to. They're not going to do anything. It's not going to go anywhere. But when you're asking people to follow the law in this country, and you say, well, Donald Trump shouldn't be president because he didn't follow the law. Here, you are the president of the United States. You just had a 6-3 decision. 6-3. That is a majority. It's not like Roe v. Wade where we were a little bit closer. This is 6-3. That means 6 justices disagreed with 3 of their colleagues, right? That's a huge thing. And for you to come out and impugn the character of them, maybe at the end of the day, it's a good thing that Merrick Garland did not get his seat on the Supreme Court, because the more that you start looking at what we're going on here, between the executive orders, between, one group of people can just border rush a set of police officers, get arrested, have those charges dismissed. Okay, so that's what happens when you have a cheap stand. But anyways, you have one group of people that rush the border, attack law enforcement, arrested, and then just tossed back out in society. We have people here where I live who have attacked people. They're arrested and then they're shipped to other parts of the country. There's no aspect of law and order. So my thing is if you're going to go out and you're going to chastise the Supreme Court AOC, you're going to go out and chastise the Supreme Court Joe Biden, you're going to say that they are wrong and you're going to do things to overturn their positions, well, I apologize. Joe Biden, Napoleon, and AOC, the Queen of England, I don't know what world you live in, but you need to stop sputtering this nonsense to people. This doesn't make the Democratic Party look any better. It doesn't help the Democratic Party grow, because we look like we're the party that doesn't want to follow any laws. And it's just getting tiring over and over and over. You know, anybody who watched the debate, I'm sorry, if your family treats your grandparents the way that the Biden family is treating Joe Biden, you know, I don't even know what to say. I mean, I continue to believe that's elder abuse, okay? When you have polling in the United States of America that 72% of Americans believe that Joe Biden is unfit to be president, right? You know, we all saw the debate. I mean, you're going to go out and fire people who are Democratic operatives that actually helped Obama, right? These are people that actually helped Obama win. And you're going to say, oh, well, they're just terrible people because, no, it was Joe Biden's performance was awful. He's old. He should be retired. This is just what we don't want to keep talking about. But it doesn't matter because really, I'm at the point where you could just leave Joe Biden. Because replacing him with Gavin Newsom or Hillary Clinton or that one from Michigan, yeah, none of them are any better, okay? Because what we have here is we have a dereliction of duty. We have forgotten what it means to be free in America. We have forgotten what it means for other people to have disagreements that we are allowed to disagree with, and it does not make them our enemies. But, you know, when you have Joe Biden last night standing up, you know, chastising the Supreme Court, and then you have AOC in New York State tweeting, oh, we're going to change the laws. Well, I say to both of you are the most anti-democratic candidates that we've ever had in office. And both of you should go and actually read the Constitution. Why don't you read the Constitution and then come back and talk about what you're going to do to change decisions you don't like? If you don't like a decision, you move a law forward. But some of the laws that were used to arrest the people on January 6th and some of this just stretching of the imagination of giving people felony convictions for writing checks, we have really gone to the other side of the table with this. And for all of the other people who believe this is okay, well, let me just tell you something. If they can take down the former president of the United States, or they can take down anybody else, and again, you know, on that, it is interesting that Senator Menendez from New Jersey, right, his second bribery or whatever, he wasn't acquitted in the first one. It was just a hung jury or whatnot. But this is the second time that we have a senator who is being charged with impropriety. Does anyone hear anything about it? Is anyone asking the senator from New Jersey to resign? Has anybody pushed forth any kind of articles of impeachment to take that senator out? No. And it's the same reason why the Republicans didn't do it with George Santos, because both of the parties are in it for themselves, and whatever they can do to make money for them, they're going to do, and they're going to use your money to do it. And what I'm just getting tired of is I think the rest of the world around us, you know, the rest of us in the 50 states, we're all on the same page. It's just the people in Washington and our leaders and the people we keep sending, we've got to do something to change this process so that we have real working people who have had to live in this country, who have had to work in this country, who understand what it takes to build something in this country, are the leaders of the future. Not Joe Biden, not AOC, who come out and say they're going to change a law because the United States Supreme Court, by a decision of 6-3, made a decision that they didn't like. We need to grow up. We need to start accepting the outcomes of what decisions are when they're in their final position. I'm Rob the Accountant. Hey, I came back this week. My phone fell. Thank God it did not break. But we really, whether they try to switch Joe Biden, whatever they need to do, Democrats, you are not winning this year. That doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how much you do it. It doesn't matter how much more money you spend. There are no signs for Joe Biden anywhere. You could go buy a whole bunch of signs and you can put them everywhere. But signs that are in people's yards that want them there are generally voters. And here, one of the bluest states in the country, there are no Joe Biden signs. There are no Joe Biden signs. And our governor is now kicking the renewable energy policies of Joe Biden, again, that require all of us to spend more for our heating, more of us to spend more for our utility bills. Our governor, thank God, thank you, Kathy Hochul, she's kicking that down to 2033. And what she also did, which I don't think she got a lot of credit for, is she kicked congestion pricing, because it is the dumbest shit in the world to say that in order to eliminate traffic, you should tax the poorest people who are trying to go through an area to get to work. That's just, I don't know where people come up with that. Well, we don't like congestion, let's tax the people who go to work. Most of the people on the roads in the morning are the people who are essential. They have to be on the roads. I mean, really, when's the last time you saw JP Morgan's CEO on the road at 7 or 8 in the morning? When's the last time you saw anybody's CEO on there? They're not out there. They go in at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. The people who are on the road early in the morning are the essential class. And so now you just want to tax them all because they need to go through an area, and what if there's a traffic jam? They got to pay $15. So once again, the policies of the Democratic policies, which are for everything else but the people of the party. Let's care about the planet. Let's care about law and order when it's the other guy, but not us. Let's care about people who are escaping repression and let them in, even though when they get here, they repress us, the people who live here. No problem there. But it's just getting tired. We need to just return to an area where we just stop with all these laws that favor one group over another. It has to be equal treatment for everybody. And so as Joe Biden stands up there and rails for the next couple of days about this 6-3 decision, I wish some people in the media would just start asking him about equal protection under the law, equal criminality under the law. Nobody still has explained how Hunter Biden got on a foreign board and made whatever he made. He how somebody with a drug addiction is on another country, on their foreign policy, on a board, and they're getting paid millions of dollars, and we've got nothing to say about that. So I've got somebody here. I'm Rob the Accountant. I hope you guys have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye for now. And there's Sydney. Have a good one.